Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And do you get anything other than fruit like grass or leaves?
Feel like
Or
it is earthy.
do you get something like that fresh tennis ball smell?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's a good
definitely.
hit. Yes.
My passion for food began watching my grandfather Kalyan Bose cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for both my younger brother and I.
Now we're going to make the beautiful carbonara sauce. So I always try to use fresh pepper, like over here. We don't need that much. Throw that into my little mozzarella and pestle. The cooking is a live act. You have to be present, and it's all happening in real time. You got to be active, multitasking. So that's where my, I guess, hyperactivity and ADHD comes into handy. The first time I ever worked with a actual Italian chef was at the Oberoi, New Delhi. There's a restaurant over there called Travertino, which is the name of Italian marble. This chef was from Naples, or they call Naples, and he was super nice. He used to always sneak me some pasta, simple pastas like stuff that his grandmother made. And then during festivities and stuff, I would sneak him glasses of mulled wine. And the simple gratification that you get from eating good food and drinking good wine, it really turns a bad day around. So what we have here is a beautiful bottle of Pinot Noir, and that is I think it is my favorite red grape. This bottle of wine has been imported from Sonari Imports. Look at that beautiful color. Shaking it up a little bit just to get some air in there. So now we're just going to aerate this wine a little bit, let it rest for a bit while we quickly cook some spaghetti carbonara.
I'm really getting that mushroom, bacon fat, pepper, cheese, and it's really coating my entire palate. And what do I need? I need something that's light and a little bit of fruity citrus or acidity, which I think this wine would go beautifully well with. But let's take one more bite. The earthiness of the mushroom would pair really well with the earthiness of the wine. So that's why I added a little mushroom. You gotta tweak the dish a little bit to go well with the wine. No problem at all. Happy days. It's a beautiful wine. It goes really well with the dish. So today's episode, we're going to be pairing some wine with very nice permaculture vegetables that is growing in a farm called Permaculture in New Delhi, and it's run by a cool couple called Zainab and Aryaman, and we're going to try and pair some really nice wine with it.
See, Palate Trekker is a project based on 4 principles: philosophy, technique, exploration, and flavors. Started out as a passion project because I personally needed a reason to get out of bed. I was getting really, how should I say, depressed or having mental struggles due to the COVID lockdown. Palate Trekker is heavily inspired by my favorite shows, Globe Trekker, Anthony Bourdain, the whole concept of no reservations, which is one of Anthony Bourdain's series. So, I always wanted to work with him or even intern with Anthony Bourdain. That was my dream or one of my short-term goals. Unfortunately, that's not possible in this lifetime. So, I'm paying my respects and ode to him by trying to do some similar kind of work in my own personal level. Apart from just creating content, we want the people viewing the content to also learn a thing or two and be able to do the things at home, because the goal is that everyone becomes a palate trekker. And a palate trekker is someone who is super into flavors, eating well, drinking well, exploration, learning, drinks they're drinking, and the food they're eating, and just being passionate about these things. And that's what Palate Trekker hopes to achieve. We're finally here in beautiful Chhatarpur Farms in New Delhi, and we've reached Permaculture Farms run by this awesome young couple, Zainab and Aryaman, who have never farmed a day before in their lives, hence their story is super inspiring. They're teachers, marketing professionals and music producers by day. So now we're going to see how two individuals and their friends can have such a positive impact on a piece of land in just a few months. So here we are with the young, awesome couple, the power duo, Aryaman and Zainab.
What's going on, Aditya?
How's it going, Zainab? How's it going, Aryaman?
Pretty good, man.
We have something really interesting planned for lunch today.
So we're gonna go around the farm and pluck things from the
Fresh.
farm and then prepare it. You are gonna prepare it.
Yes.
We are gonna prepare it.
We're gonna prepare it.
And-
and then feed ourselves.
And then
Yeah.
pair with some wine.
yeah,
Yeah.
some delicious wine pairings.
This farm is surprisingly super close to downtown Delhi and central Delhi.
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes from South Delhi. And although it's really close, you don't feel any of the city's hustle and bustle here. It's quiet. You can hear the birds chirping.
Absolutely.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
And when did you guys start this project?
So this was started in the middle of the lockdown. So the pandemic hit and we had no work,
COVID,
right?
yeah.
So then we were like, okay, we need to do something,
that
and
time.
we were lucky to have this plot, and we started farming. So it was a lot of picking up trash
Yeah.
for like months, first 2
So
months.
much plastic. Guys, do not use
Do not use plastic.
It sucks.
Sucks. Yeah.
It's funny because our industry is all people oriented. We need people in order for us to go to work.
Yeah.
And that got ruined. But
Yeah.
now we got people here to turn this around.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And the open space, I think, was also appreciated by a lot
Yeah.
of people. We had so many friends come and help us dig out the beds, clean up trash, and it was really a community. Felt nice to know that people around us from our circles were like, yeah, this is something worth putting your time into.
And I
Everyone
believe you guys
was-
didn't use any machinery.
No, I mean we used the tractor one
Once in
time,
the beginning.
and after that we're not gonna till again ever,
Yes.
right?
So
it's
we're using our hands and figuring it out that way. Trying to nourish and replenish the earth and
Nice.
not take from it as much, first give it
Yeah.
and then hopefully it'll nourish us in return. Yeah.
This is a thick skin orange called Kinu, very popular in India. You could compare to a Sevilla orange, but and it's very juicy, full of pulp, and it's got a lot of thick amount of pulp and that white bit inside. Very flavorful and very juicy. We're going to try to add this to the salad dressing.
You can give me the mixie?
What is the philosophy of permaculture farming?
So at this farm, as you can see, this soil,
Yes.
we're trying to add a lot of mulch, a lot of micronutrients, because at the end of the day, these plants will take those nutrients from the microbiology that's going inside the soil.
Got it.
We're not adding any chemicals. It's all natural fertilizers. So we are making composting cow manure, veggies like scraps, like household scraps, and making compost teas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this is not something you can drink. Well, you can because it's natural, but these are compost teas. So it's like slurry.
Yeah.
It's like sludge.
Yeah, yeah.
And these sludge and slurries have a lot of micro
Organisms.
organisms that are like feeding the soil
Correct.
and the plant. So that's our philosophy. We're trying to just add into the soil, right? So that will eventually over years become really fertile. We're trying to build topsoil,
Nice.
because I've heard this from people. I can't be sure, it's not objective, but I heard this from someone that topsoil in India vanished in 1930s.
Oh my God.
Right? So it is up to us to build this topsoil now, because otherwise it's never going to be, we're not going to have fertility, right? It'll be deserts, right?
It vanished because of bad human practices and stuff.
Commercial farming,
Got it.
traditional commercial farming, where you're just exploiting the land with chemicals, just messing up your water tables, like all these chemicals then go into the water, into the plants, and then we eat them. Obviously it's not healthy for the environment also, because you're killing the bugs and the insects. We encourage them.
anything can be made. Look at this beautiful stir fry, pesto. You got boiled the spaghetti. How is it different from cooking at home? Because it's better than cooking at home. You're cooking in a farm, outdoor kitchen,
We're literally getting our veggies from the earth and yeah.
pulling it, washing it, chopping it, cooking it. And that, my friends, is the good way to live life. So for the stir fry, we've got some Asian greens like bok choy, baby spinach, komatsuna, mizuno. Anything else, Akriti?
I think that's about it.
That's about it. And we're going to stir fry it up with some sesame oil, some salt and pepper. Should be very simple. And then we're going to put that on a bed of kohlrabi. And the kohlrabi is going to be quickly pan-seared, just to get it a little cooked. And very simple, clean, healthy meal. So we are essentially preparing 3 courses today. Most of the ingredients have all been sourced from this farm and are very fresh. For the first course, we have a lovely salad made with baby rocket, komatsuna, mizuna, red and curly kale, romaine and iceberg lettuce, with an orange juice and olive oil dressing. For the second pasta course, we are preparing an all rocket leaf pesto with parmesan cheese, olive oil, pine nuts and rocket leaf. We've added green peas and grilled zucchinis to offset the sharpness of the pesto. Let's get some wine. So what we got over here is La Vie Ferma, and as you can see, it says Récolté on top, which in French for harvest. So this is a 2017 harvest. It's a beautiful wine, and the beautiful thing about the history about this wine-making family is the Perrin wine family, and they are legends for making something called Châteauneuf-du-Pape. They're Rhône Valley legendary winemakers. And Châteauneuf-du-Pape is a very historic wine. It's from Rhône Valley. It's in the south of France. And it's a lot warmer there. Yes. And the beautiful thing about Rhône Valley is it's very high in quality and historic because they were the first ones to bring the AOC norms in, because a lot of winemakers back in the day were getting grapes from Algeria and all and were lowering the quality. So that's a little bit of tidbit history of Châteauneuf-du-Pape. That's where the first grading process and everything started there. But not getting there too much. This Perrin family is also known for making Miraval Rosé or Miraval. It's the same wine, same rosé that is owned by Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. But this, my friends, is an entry-level wine. And this is something more affordable and more fun. A little bit more price approachable. And this is a blend of Bourgogne Blanc, Grenache Blanc, Uni Blanc, and Vermentino. Okay. So Vermentino, Uni Blanc, Grenache Blanc, and Bourgogne Blanc. I know it's a little hard to Blanc. So all white wines, all white grapes. Okay, so that's about this wine. Now let me talk to you about the second wine for today. Yes, look at this bottle. This is a very classic. Yes. Again, this bottle of wine is also from Sonari Wine Imports. They have a beautiful selection of wine available, and you can go check it out at the liquor warehouse in Gurgaon. So this is from Alsace. It changed hands from France to Germany many times during the wars and acquisitions, etc. And they usually make a lot of Riesling, but the estate Riesling is super nice. But this is a little bit more entry level. This is a blend of the 4 noble grapes, which are Gewürztraminer, Riesling, Muscadet and Pinot Gris, and then it's also got the freshness of Sylvaner and Pinot Blanc. Sounds exciting.
Wish we knew more about wine. We'd be like, yeah, but what about that wine?
So we will find out more. The more you taste, the more you know.
Yeah.
And the Gewürztraminer is known for having a little lychee flavor. Riesling's got to have a little bit of a petrol sort of smell, but the nice kind. It's just how we wine folks are to describe.
And I think our
No, but
wine
petrol
glasses
is
are just
addictive
empty.
as
It is,
well.
yeah.
No,
A wine is addictive
I
too.
think after all that, enticing wine, you should just pour them in.
Absolutely. Let's get to it.
In my chocolate glass. Thank you.
So let's do a little taste.
Oh, okay, we're only 5. Why do I feel
Yeah,
like
go
this is-
like guide us how to do that.
Yeah, how
Yes.
do we
So now we're going to first start by looking at the wine.
Okay.
So what's the color that comes to your mind first? And is it clear or is it hazy? If you put it,
So it's totally clear.
It's-
Let's
It
take
clear.
some-
Clear, yeah.
it's a clear wine, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, and what colors do you get? Do you get green?
We get some blue and green and yellow.
Yeah,
Green.
some like
The glow is probably
lime.
the
Lime, yeah, lime green.
Lime green.
And little silver flecks,
Yeah.
right? Let's smell.
Okay.
Just put your nose right deep in there. And try getting one upper lip in there and get the entire,
Like, okay.
that will give you a better smell.
Ooh, that smells really nice.
This is the all white from Rhone.
It does smell very fruity. Like, yeah.
fruity.
Fruity, okay, but do you get ripe fruit or do you get underripe fruit?
I get underripe.
Underripe fruit, yes. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And do you get anything other than fruit like grass or leaves?
Do you like?
Or
It is earthy.
do you get something like that fresh tennis ball smell?
Oh, yeah,
That's
definitely.
a good hit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
That's really like, it is tennis. Yeah.
or rubber pipe.
Some
Yes,
situation.
Something
that's
rubbery.
industrially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so exactly. So that's basically what wine folk do, sit and make up things like that.
Okay, can I drink it?
Now let's have a sip, absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
And try not to try to gargle with it in your mouth rather than just take it down just to get a little flavor.
I see what you mean about the rubber ball.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, feel the tennis thing now.
For the wine pairings, we'll be pairing the salad and the pasta, the first two courses, with the La Vie Ferme, which I think would be a lovely pairing. I'm hoping that the vegetative flavors would pair very well with the easy drinking mineral qualities of this wine, which hails from the legendary south of Rhone.
I'm usually not fond of white wine, but I
You
quite
felt-
like it.
What was it about white wine that scared you away earlier?
I just don't like maybe the smell and just the tartiness of it. Like I find red wine more like,
Palatable.
yeah,
White wine goes really well with fish and chicken also.
yeah.
But there's no rules, we could have done red wine with this also. We could have done like a light bodied red or rosé, you know?
I love rosé.
Yeah. Rosé. Pinto's hungry. So now we're going to do something which is another pairing. So it's got Gewürztraminer, Riesling, Muscat, and Pinot Gris. Riesling is really famous for being being very well and easy to pair with spice dishes, Asian dishes, Indian dishes. I want you to keep an eye out for that lychee smell when you smell this. I usually try to smell the cork if I want to smell any faults.
Really?
You can find over-oxidization, sometimes like a rotten egg smell, all of it which is like basically bad handling or bad corks. Smells very nice.
It looks very green.
Also kind of different.
Yes, because it's so if it was just Riesling or just Gewürztraminer, it would have different color. Let's smell it. But you get ripe fruit, underripe fruit.
This seems right.
Right.
Ripe fruit, what? Yellow fruit, green fruit.
Yellow probably.
Which
Oh, green.
green apple or yellow apple or green pear?
Green apple. I would say green apple.
I'd say green apple.
Green apple, yeah, absolutely.
Feels like green apple.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the Riesling in there. We're gonna have it with the Asian stir fry. Topped it up with some nuts.
Kohlrabi base is really nice. It's very meaty. You were right.
It's incredible. Yeah, it's actually like meaty.
Yeah. Like I'm eating hard fish.
But also like the flavor of the broccoli with this whole thing. Incredible.
Wow.
Meaty and like chunky in there. Look at this.
And have a sip of the wine with it and see how it goes.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
Because this is like super nutty and earthy flavors and
Yeah.
that's like super fruity.
So yeah, the alcohol levels are just medium. Acidity is super nice and
Yeah.
rhythmic.
This actually feels more lighter than the other one.
It does.
Like this is definitely day drinking
Yeah.
for me.
Oh wow.
This is the bomb. This bomb.
This is the one. This
Hey,
is the one I would
I can taste the the pear as well.
The fruit, right?
Yeah,
The
it's
fruit.
like appley, peary, like.
Oh yeah, this is much
It's more
lovely.
apple.
Appley.
More appley, yeah.
But do you find this, when the flavors are gone, do you find this fruit forward or mineral forward? I mean,
Forward,
Fruit
definitely.
forward.
That one was
No, that was mineral
That
forward.
one was mineral forward.
but do you feel a little coating on the top of your tongue or the top of your mouth?
No, I just feel like
I feel a ting.
Or mouth, that's minerality. So that's how you know old world wine from a new world wine. Old world wine would be, of course, I have no doubt this is a fruit. This is made out of grape. But when you finish drinking it, if you have a coating on top of your mouth,
that means the minerals first.
minerals first, and that's more old world wine-ish.
Because
Yeah.
the minerals sort of touch your tongue. There,
Correct.
That's what it.
It does have a touch of sugar in
Oh
there.
my god, y'all, I love how we learned so much about wine.
Yeah, Aditya, thank you for teaching us about
Yeah.
minerality
Oh, of course.
and about color.
And fruitiness.
Fruitiness.
And green.
And mineral content.
And not to forget, we can definitely see permaculture in the wine.
Absolutely.
Right around us.
And you know, a good wine is made by good farmers. Same way good vegetables are made by good farmers.
Yeah.
It's all about philosophy and technique and your principles.
Very good. This is like the perfect wine of my table.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys. Let's taste. Cheers.
This meal was pretty collaborative and a full team effort. And I can attest to the fact that all of us got to know each other a little better. In the great words of Jimmy Page and Robert Plant, I must ramble on, but not into the dreary abyss just yet, but towards the seasons, somewhere the sun shines, and somewhere find fresh ideas, some energy, and of course, food to pair with wine.